Hello, everyone. So today I was able to watch Halloween Ends. This is, of course, the finale, the ending to the Halloween franchise, which has been going on for about 45 years now. It comes in at an hour and 50 minutes long, and this is directed by David Green. Stars, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis in this, and yeah, so really, that's all that I got to say about it. Without further ado, let's get into discussing the finale of the Halloween franchise with Halloween Ends. So I was pretty dang excited for this movie. I didn't watch any trailers in anticipation for the storytelling, the kick in, all of that. I wanted to go in with no expectations, just watching Michael Myers go to town, and of course the finale of this franchise to, of course, play out in front of my eyes, knowing again as little as I possibly could. So yeah, um, get into it here. So for like about the first half hour, I thought this was a very sweet, and it came off as a bit of a strong movie. I really liked the opening sequence to this, and it was something that I wasn't expecting it to kind of take off in the way that it did. But it had some great commentary about how, again, too, this town is just so devastated and struck that they've completely turned against each other after the events of Halloween Kills and losing so many people. I thought it was great to kind of set up that dialogue, but the majority of this movie takes place about 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills. And yeah, so I thought it was strong for the first little bits, but then this movie really fell apart on me in a lot of ways where, again, kind of after that 30-minute mark, I felt like I was watching the wrong movie, and immediately I knew that this wasn't the finale that I wanted it to be, nor the finale that I think anyone wanted this movie to be, because again, it felt like I was watching the wrong movie. And what I mean by that is the majority of this movie, and I'm gonna have to go full spoiler here. Of course, I'm having it in the title, but yeah, the majority of this movie doesn't involve Michael Myers at all. There is a plot line that is basically Michael Myers trying to pass on his spirits to a successor, and I thought that was handled very poorly, especially near the end of it, where it just didn't make me feel like Michael was as powerful as he's been set up to be, nor was I think that's the right choice to make when it comes to the finale of course, Michael Myers. I don't want someone else masquerading around as him. I do think that the guy and the character did a good job being Michael Myers for the points, but I just didn't find that it was truly what this movie should have been again for the finale. It was something kind of I never liked the decision to completely sideline a character, or like the main character, really, Michael Myers being that, like, put him in the background and put him in such a weakened state and have someone else do the dirty work for him. I don't feel like that's the way to have a finale play down. I thought it was something very lazy and not interesting at all. And seeing their dynamic just didn't really work for me a lot of the time. There's a romantic subplot in this that I found did not work out at all either. I didn't believe in it, so I didn't trust it at all. I knew exactly where this movie was going to be going from, again, kind of that half an hour point, and I just wasn't excited for it. The kills aren't really anything too special. I found that kind of the goriest ones were shown in a way that it wasn't off screen, but it was the directing in the first two films of this kind of like rebooted trilogy were way better directed than this one was, in terms of, again, just showing you the horror, the gore, the kills, everything like that. Just way better shot, and it had more of an impact than I found it did here, where even the kills didn't really excite me all too much within it, and that was something very disappointing to me. I've, of course, the strongest part of this movie is Jamie Lee Curtis, and she brings it all into the performance of this, whether she's the moments of her trying to heal, or the moments of her having to get down and get gritty with Michael Myers. I really enjoyed those parts of it, and she was fantastic in it, but it wasn't enough to carry this movie, again, when most of the film centers around a new character that's, again, too, I'm not knocking the character. I thought it was a decent idea, but just not something that you do for a finale for the entire franchise, and it ended really kind of just hollow for me in a lot of ways. There's a lot of characters from the past movies who died that just were never mentioned in this, and they were important characters, so that really kind of hit me in the wrong way. Again, like I thought this was going to start off decently strong, but it just really missed the mark on everything and left me feeling really, really disappointed. So, leaving the cinema watching it. I could see the look on many people's face too, where again too, it felt like we were watching the wrong movie, and there's no way that this is supposed to be the finale. Just when does the real finale take place for Halloween? So yeah, I just didn't find it was a fitting ending to the franchise at all. Just I don't want to feel like a slap in the face, but I just don't get how this was the final product that they went for. So really, with everything taken together, I'm gonna have to give Halloween Ends a 4 out of 10. Very, very disappointed with this one, and I just don't really know what went wrong or what happens on the writer side of this. It just wasn't a fitting finale at all. It just left me feeling so hollow, disappointed, underwhelmed in so many ways. Just so many things that this movie could have been so much better. It should have been a lot more epic. It should have went down in a lot of better ways. Again, to even the kills, the fights, everything like that. Just again, more hollow and left me feeling very, very disappointed to the point where I can't even really recommend it for big Halloween fans like myself to go into this movie. I feel like you're better off just not knowing what happens and making something up in your mind that's probably going to be better than the results of what this movie was. But if you've seen Halloween Ends, please let me know what you thought about it are in the comments down below. And of course, if you like this review, definitely give it a thumbs up, and you can check out everything I do on this channel through a playlist down below and all links up top here for convenience sake. Thank you for subscribing, turn that little ringer on so you know when I upload new videos. If you want to check out the description of this video and my channel bio, there's a link to the Media Mountain, which is my Discord where we talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV, pretty much everything that's awesome in this world. So you can definitely join that amazing community, help make it even more amazing than it is already. And yeah, just awesome, guys.
Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time sinking into the silence.